Now let's talk about Reaper today. So is Reaper the best budget DAW on the market? Well, let's talk about that a little, shall we? Hey everyone, my name is Percy Jules. Welcome to Supercy and welcome to this series called Budget Studio. In this series, I'm exploring the most affordable, good alternatives for equipment in your home studio. So, is Reaper the best budget DAW out there? Well, let's start with the obvious, the price. Now, some people seem to be under the impression that Reaper is completely free. That is not exactly true. Now, once you download the program, you will get a 60-day trial period. But once that's finished, officially you should buy a license. And yes, I know that after those 60 days, whenever you open up the program, a window will pop up asking you, okay, do you want to buy a license or do you want to keep evaluating? If you click keep evaluating, you will still be able to use the program. But, and I don't want to sound like some kind of Mr. Moralist or something, but these kinds of organizations like Caucus, the developers of Reaper, they're really doing a lot of great work for us as musicians. And especially a company like Caucus, which doesn't really seem to be all that commercially oriented, they can really use our support to keep on developing their products for us. So I would say if you have the means, then just buy a license. Nobody's paying me to say this, by the way. Now, there are two different licenses. First of all, there's the commercial license, which we're not really going to talk about today, because that will set you back $225. All prices are in US dollars, by the way. So $225, which would hardly qualify as a budget option. By the way, this is only relevant if you have a company making over $20,000 using Reaper anyway. But then there is the so-called discounted license, which is $60. And in comparison to some of the other brands, especially the bigger names, that is relatively very affordable for a full-featured DAW. So what is a full-featured DAW? Well, that's a very good question, if I may say so myself. Obviously, that's kind of a subjective qualification, but I think that most people would agree that Reaper qualifies as a DAW that will give you basically everything you need to do whatever you need to do in a reasonable manner. Now, one of the good things about Reaper is that the software is being updated on a very regular basis. They're almost never the first with the latest, most advanced features, but new features are being added all the time, so they're never really that far behind the most modern DAWs out there when it comes to the latest features, and certainly not when it comes to the possibilities it has to offer. Now, another good thing about Reaper is that it is highly customizable. You can almost completely change the way it looks, you can change the way it behaves, you can customize the menus, you can customize the toolbars as well as the short keys. Now, on the other hand, I have to say that out of the box, the interface of Reaper might not be the best looking and most user-friendly interface out there. But then again, as it is so extremely customizable, you can really make Reaper into your own DAW and make it behave almost exactly like you want it to. But it will take you some time and effort to achieve that. Now, you can run Reaper on Mac, Windows and Linux, and especially the fact that it's available on Linux is a very big plus. And also the program is very lightweight, so you don't necessarily need to have the latest, most powerful computer to run it. So these are all very positive features when it comes to considering Reaper as a budget option. Now, on top of all of that, there is a very large and very active community behind Reaper which you can interact with. For instance, there's a forum, there are a lot of custom themes you can download, tons of tutorial videos out there. So this really makes it into a complete package. Okay, back to the question. Is Reaper the best budget DAW? Well, let me first say two things about that. First of all, I don't believe in one best DAW. Or even one best budget DAW. There are a lot of good DAWs out there, and depending on your specific needs, you might prefer one over another. But I don't believe that you can say about any DAW that this is the absolute overall best DAW. It doesn't exist. Now, the second thing I'd like to say, as mentioned, there are a lot of DAWs out there, and also a lot of very affordable DAWs, many of which I wouldn't be able to compare with Reaper simply because I haven't tried all of them yet. But hey, that is exactly what this series is all about. As mentioned, I'm exploring the most affordable good options. So I will be taking a look at all of these affordable DAWs and I will report back to you. For now, let me just say this. It's undeniable that Reaper is a great choice for a budget DAW. Only $60, which is relatively very cheap, especially for what you're getting. It has some features that make it very suitable for in a budget home studio, but it's full featured, which means that, there isn't really that much that you cannot do with Reaper. It's not perfect, no DAW is, but it's definitely a great DAW. And even not only as a budget option. I mean, Reaper is an amazing DAW, period. But considering the price, it's also a very obvious and great choice as a budget DAW. So that is my view on this issue. If you want to see more videos like this, then consider subscribing. I'm uploading a new Budget Studio video every week on Monday. For now, thank you for watching and I will talk to you soon.